What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the This Is Dre Show. That's right. This is soon to be a show because I got to do this every day. And I'm just pulling up. Hey, man, if you're watching, share this out. Share it out because we're talking stocks every day, and that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm just pulling this up. Give me a minute. All right, so let's talk stocks. And you know what I want to talk about. You know it. If you go past in my last videos, you'll know. Facebook. Let's bring it up. I'm bringing up Google now. I got Google up because I just put a trade up on Google. I bought some calls. I like the action today. What is going on? Hold on. $ Facebook. I'm putting $ here. Facebook. Yeah, let's bring that up. Change that. All right. So let's bring up the 5-minute chart. Sorry for not being prepared. Let's bring up the. I guess we could bring up the. We could bring up the daily, and you can see what happened. You know, I've been bullish on this whole trend. Really like that whole shelf. Put a cup and a plate on it, right? And then boom, it reported great earnings even after they said they're gonna take like a $3 billion charge or something to pay governments and stuff like that. And the thing is still up. It's up 6%. This thing opened up, oh my gosh, at 199. 198.48 was the high. And I think overnight we might have got a 200 print. I don't have my night charting going on, but I think we got a 200 print or very close to it overnight. And let me tell you something, these are people selling into the strength, and this thing is basically going to consolidate and most likely go higher as long as the market can be okay, not act up. And 3M today, we're going to talk about that. The stock put some crap, but let's talk about it now. 3M, everybody knows 3M. You got the little sticky notes, that's 3M. Staples, things like that. They make a whole bunch of things. And this thing was down, oh man, this thing is down 10% on some bullshit earnings. I actually made money on this, but here's why I'm mad. Let me get rid of some of these drawings. Let me put the hourly up and get rid of some of these drawings. You can see how I was trading this. That's why I got all these drawings all over the place. I was actually had a sold calls above this. I just didn't think it had the strength to go any higher. And sure enough, pow! I sold the 227, 225, 227. So I was going to get out of that position. Basically, this drop and made me about $400. Thank you very much. But it made the market weak, and it made me lose a lot more money in other positions. So this is terrible. I might sell again to see what this is like. Look to sell later. Some puts below this, somewhere down here. I don't know. I'll look at it. But oh man, I can't believe this is really a stock pickers market. You might hear that from time to time, but there's companies that's doing great, and there's companies that suck. It's just up, down. You don't know who's gonna do good. Cat did all right. M&M, 3M does down. Coke did suck. Pepsi did great. That's because they got those potato chips. Facebook did great. Netflix sucks. Yeah, so it's really a kind of a picker's market. Everybody's not doing good across the board, so you have to be careful. Amazon reports tonight, and I'm actually afraid of that one. And that's because, was it last week? I really like this chart. I want to go all in, which I was. I was all in right there. But, Jeff Bezos came out and was like, oh, man, we sometimes make mistakes. We make mistakes huge in the billions. So it makes you think it was a warning for something to come out of the earnings. They kind of mentioned it a little bit on Fast Money as well. If you watch Fast Money, he came out And I'm like, why would he say something like that before earnings? And sometimes Bezos, he does put hints out, that, oh, we're doing well. I can't think of all the hints he put out in the past. But sometimes you need to watch what they want to say. So we've seen the surprise in 3M. We don't need something like that with Amazon. So the money's made there, and I'm done. I'm not done. I'm just not going to trade earnings. But I tell you what, if this thing drops like a 3M, you need to be getting in. You need to be getting in. The stock is eventually going higher. So, Chipotle. Oh, well, let's talk about Facebook. I kind of got off track because the whole 3M thing. Facebook. It was a great day. If anybody followed my picks, even though they're not for you, but I know some people's hard hearing, they know I'm not a stock advisor or anything like that, a financial advisor, and they know, my picks is just as good as your dog picking off the newspaper. He pisses on the right stock or something. Well, look what happened. And yes, I made some good money off of this move. I even bought more call positions in that. As it was coming down, I was in some calendars, and I sold them, and I bought more calls. I can actually show you what's going on. So here is I sold 4 of the 197.5 50-cent options going out tomorrow, and the 195. So I also got 5 calls on the June 21st 185. So basically my curve looks like this, stretch that out a little bit. And right now, you can see we're at the 195 mark. And look at for the day. See over here, 195.36. You look at this middle line, profit and loss for the day. Okay? I'm just saying. I know it says 2,000. I know. I'm just saying. So, what happens if it goes back to, 197 by tomorrow? Oh, well, look, if you look over here to the left, I'll be at 2,800. So that's the power, that's the power of options. That's the power of selling, buying, doing all kind of combinations. But, to make that kind of money, let's say 2,000, right? To make that, if you bought 100 shares of Facebook, that would have cost you yesterday $18,000. Let's see, what is it? What's Facebook up? Facebook is up 13. You would have made $1,300. So to make you would have needed another 800 shares. 80 shares. Did I get that right? No, to make, let's see, 800 more dollars, you would need another 8 points, or 800 shares. So basically, see, I can't do the math on that. My math sucks, but I'm going to say 800 times that. I'm like, I know this can't be right. 182 equals 14. Yeah, $145,000. Anyway, I don't know if my math is right. Excuse me. This is live. Yeah, I can't come up with that. But you see, that is what's going on. So I changed my trade. I put on something like that, and after tomorrow, after these the 197.5 option and the 195 expire, I'll go ahead and look out another 8 days and sell some more nearsighted stuff, maybe the 200s. And I'm gonna keep these 5 call options open, probably all the way to June, and just keep selling calls against it. Just keep selling them short-term calls. That's my favorite go-to trade, and I love doing that. So we was talking about Facebook. Hey, like I said, if you follow me, I told you it was a textbook looking chart. I said, man, this is the textbook breakout. Look at that. I still got the lines there. I saw this right here. And then look at that, how it just consolidated along that resistance at the time, bust through, and then boom, that's what you get. And this is why I like to get in early, which is a flaw. I'm wrong when I get in early, okay? You should wait for the breakout. But sometimes this big body bar where it just blows through happens early, and I'm like, oh, I missed it. So if you was waiting for it to kind of check back, you missed it. So now you have to get in about 195. You got to decide. You got to make a decision. But I tell you what, I bet you it tests this all-time high. I bet you it's at least going there. Where else is it going to go? Where else is it going to go down? I mean, it had an amazing quarter. People are still buying stock. People still buying ads on Facebook. They, you can say, hey, I want it from 20, 25-year-olds. I want you to like flowers, and I want you to live in California, and all of that. It's really the best targeting that you can do. The advertisers are going nowhere. Maybe some of the people not. Okay, so maybe they talk about privacy, and it's like, oh man, they're sharing your privacy. So I don't know, 100 million people come off the platform. Guess what? There's still 900 million of plus people that give it to show those ads to. What do they got? 2 billion people or 1 billion? Even if 100 million people, there's still a lot of people to show those ads to. That's why the advertisers are still there. As long as the people are still there, the advertisers are going to be there. And as long as people's cutting off cable, people's turning off the TV, commercials ain't going to do no good. Right? So what do you got? Hulu, whatever, you fast forward and all that stuff. Really, Facebook, Google is the best place to put ads. It really is. We're on the internet all the time. You blast it right in our face, and it's cheap. If you do a big campaign, you can really get it out. I mean, you see people doing big campaigns. Every time you're doing something, YouTube video, you see the same ad. You got, God, this guy's spending a lot of money. Well, anyway, look at the break. Look at the volume on that. This is going higher. I might get longer. You need to, watch your position size to your account. But God, this is still textbook. So you get the breakout, you get the push into resistance, and right here where it was trying to go through, you get the low volume. Except for right here, that the market was funky. It was funky that day. I remember these weeks. But the low volume, look at it compared to the volume over here. And then boom, you get the breakout. So it's going to kind of go higher. Most likely that's what's going to hold, especially if it breaks 200, because it's just an even number. It's, once it goes through that, all aboard. All aboard. All right, so we have to talk about, that's a good day. We have to talk about Chipotle. I believe I said, what is this doing? Where are we at? 675. I believe I said there's certain stocks you can't trade. And for me, it's Chipotle. I just can't make money in this stock. It's so weird. It's so weird. And I actually got kind of a revenge trade on right now, which you don't want to do that. Let me tell you something. You lose money on a stock, get out. Find another stock to trade. It just makes me want to turn this video off and go ahead and take my trades off. But I'm doing it because I just know I'm right. Something is not right. Okay, so yesterday we had the market maker move. It was saying it was going to be 50 points plus or minus. 50 points. We can go to 5 minute. Look at that. So I wish I had the overnight. I don't have the overnight action. So Chipotle reports great numbers, man. Chipotle is the best restaurant out as far as making a profit. Okay, so eventually, I'm just looking at the price. Wow, this thing got up to 780. 670, I mean. Eventually, this thing is going higher. But I don't know. It's expensive. I mean, the P is like 140. This is crazy expensive. So anyway, they report earnings. Killer earnings report. Killer. And in the overnight, aftermarket action, in the overnight, whatever, the thing was, it closed at, 740? It went down to 707, up to 720, and 7. I was like, oh man, it ain't going nowhere. That's perfect. I mean, the people that sold the at the money options, I was like, oh man, these guys made a fortune. Remember, you make money selling them options. I mean, they was expecting it to move 50 and it didn't move at all. Like 700, 720. I was like, oh, tomorrow's going to be a great day. Facebook's killing it. Chipotle is killing it. So, and then it opens up. The market opens up. Now let's go to the 1 minute. See that dramatic is. And just boom, 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 boom. Look, they sell it down. Look at the low. 658. Add 50 to it, 708. That's exactly where we was. Look at the close print right here. Yesterday, 709, 50 points. Didn't they nail it? I said, those moves be right. And that's what makes me think something is not right. Because it didn't trade like that in the aftermarket. It didn't trade like that overnight in the pre-market. It stayed high to the actual, it just stayed good. I was like, oh, yes. Yes, that's what I needed it to do because I sold at the money options for the most part. And then it opens up, boom, 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 boom. And it just makes you think something's funny going on because big money, they expected this thing to move 50 and it didn't. It didn't. So it's like somebody had to push it down. Somebody's, the forces that may be, somebody pushed this thing down. DuPont 1987, what's up, bro? Just popped in. Did you do well? Yeah, man. If you're still there, I'm sorry I missed your comment. 12:05. I missed it about 4 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm talking about it now. So I'm talking about the Chipotle. I would have killed it. Oh, man. When I first opened up my platform, because you see it right here. You see 933, that right? Then it started going down. Actually, there was no volume. I don't know why it opened late. I was up $4,000. Yeah, $4,000. And I was like, yes. I was like this. I went to go get something to drink. I think like a water, something. Came back, missed a couple of minutes of this. And then I was like, I was only up like 1,000 or something. I was like, what happened? I'm looking at all my positions because I just got done checking Chipotle. And I was up like almost 2,000, 2,500. And I'm looking at all my positions. I'm like, what the fuck? This thing, I was down like $1,800 on Chipotle. Now, I knew that I could get down like that. Yeah, I did well, man. I did well. I don't see you as being in the thing, though. Yeah, I did well, so I'm kind of just talking about it. So anyway, I'm like, what the hell happened? And I expected, remember, I was like, you worry about your downside. I expected to lose that, okay? So that's not the point. The point is, it was trading good all night. It was trading good in the pre-market. All right, so maybe it'll go down 10, 20, whatever. It went down the full 50, exactly what they said was going to happen. How do they know? Nobody knows. It didn't do it. It's like, that's why sometimes the market does play games. So anyway, I'm like, oh, man. It was just, and it was all 3M's fault. So that's full circles it. That's why I went to 3M because I'm not know if they have something to do with this, but they really put that somber mode in the market. If they didn't report to that, I could have got out of my positions and I would have been up nice. I just sold everything. But no, I put a revenge trade on. Let's go to the Analyze tab. And in this tab, you'll probably see I don't know if it'll be accurate because I sold some positions and I rebought some. But let's see what it says. So you can see all the positions I hadn't sold. And right now, if you look at, is it 695? Nah, this is it right here, 674. You can see I'm only up 295. That's wrong. These are the only positions that I have on right now. This one and this one. You can see all of these positions that I closed out, and I was just down. And then right here, this position right here, the red, I was testing a position. But let's look at what's happening here. So right now, we're right here at the 674 mark. I am up. It says 320, 287, something like that. So if we can get to 680, you see that number goes to 644. If you get to 690, it goes to 1200. So I'm trying to kind of make my money going back up. I got a couple of calls on and sold one short-term call. So I bought some long-term calls, some 3 months out, on May 17. I think that's it's only 22 days. And I sold a short-term option. You could look for $1,200 or something like that, because the volatility is just still paying. And I figure I might hold these and sell another one. Notice that it's even uneven. I didn't want to sell two because I thought it was just too low. I'm like, this thing has got to bounce back some. So anyway, let's look at the chart. If you look at the 1 week, you ever got exercise on the credit spread? Yeah. But it was even. Actually, I take that back. If the whole thing is in the money, one will kind of cancel out the other. You'll get shares on this one, and then you'll have to buy shares on this one, and then they kind of just cancel each other out, and everything is all good. But if it does breach a short strike, yeah, I got exercised. And I'm like, I remember I woke up owing, it was Google, and Google's a $1,100 stock. I woke up with 100 shares of Google stock. Let's say 1,100. This is easy math. I got to do it. I woke up with $110,000 of Google stock in my account. And I'm like, if this thing, you need it would come Monday morning, because you got 3 days to square this off, or you're going to be getting a call. You might even get a call if you got a small account that day. Hey man, what you going to do? What you going to do? You got 110 grand and you ain't got it. So you have to sell it. You have to sell the position basically immediately. So I was like, oh, if it opens down $1, for every dollar, you'd lose $100. But Google's a big stock. It could easily open down $20, and then you owe $2,000. So yes, it's scary. But I remember that day, I was like at the computer waiting at 9:30, waiting to sell. I didn't want to get a shitty fill. I think it opened up $8-9 or something like that, and I sold it and I actually made another $900. I was like, yes, it was total luck, because if it goes, it's total luck. It was a total crapshoot, and I totally forgot I had a position open or something like that. But if I believe it does, if it goes through, the price goes through the whole credit spread, they'll just cancel out each other. If it goes through your short strike, well, your long strike is not going to get exercised. So you'll have the shares, I think, right? Or I forget what gives what anyway, but you'll either have the shares or you owe the shares, and you might have to buy it in open market. You might wake up. Yeah, that happened to me. I woke up with something like with 50,000 in my account, but I had to buy the shares that I owed. As soon as you buy it, it's gone out of your account. So in the same thing, you want it to be at least the same price as it was on Friday compared to Monday. But yeah, it's scary, man. You got to pay. That's why I guess they send you all those warnings when you trade options. Hey, you got expiring options in your account, Now, matter of fact, the Google, I was going to say I never got exercised, but I take that back. I did get exercised before it even option expiration. It was the Google. They exercised that on me. And I was like, I woke up and I didn't even know. So I'm kind of getting off track, but I couldn't trade. My account was locked. I'm like, why can't I trade? What the hell's going on? And I'm seeing this little yellow thing with red, whatever. And then that's when I saw it. It said, I forgot what it said, but it said, and then I looked at my shares. I saw I owned 100 shares of Google, and basically it let me sell that. But once I sold that, I was good. I was able to trade. So that was scary. Anyway, but yeah, you don't want to get exercised. You definitely got to stay on top of these positions. There's a lot of dangerous things that can happen with options. You don't want to, like you see with this Chipotle. Look how deep I was. Look at all these options I was in. Sometimes it gets a little too hectic, especially when the position is going against you. You're like, oh shit, what do I sell? What do I buy? You're trying to square it off. All right, let me sell this spread here. So you don't want to really get too deep. If you try to sell it all at once in one trade, you'll get a shitty fill. You almost gotta piece it, and don't panic. Just kind of like, all right, sell this debit spread, sell this call spread, sell this call. Kind of do it piece by piece, and hopefully it works out for you. If you just hit the panic button and sell it all with one click, you're gonna get a shitty fill, and I know that from experience. Anyway, yeah. What about you, DuPont? Did you ever get you ever get exercised on? Scary, man. It's a scary feeling. All right, so Chipotle. Oh, so I got my little revenge trade on. If you look at this thing could come down. It could right here. I'm looking at this. Look at this. Go to the daily. I'm gonna say right here, right there, right there's your support. Maybe a little lower. Maybe 600, 600. So it could go down to 600. But I think we are in a market where growth, people want to own growth. That's why the FANG is just killing it. And I think the market, the people want to own this stock. This is killing it in the restaurants. With the same store sales was up 9.8%. Chipotle, I mean, that's crazy. And then they doing all these things. The online mobile ordering was up 100%. Or I can't think of the exact numbers, but I heard them, and it's like, damn, they are killing it. With it reminds me of Domino's when they went electronic. And you watch the little pizza guy make the pizza, even though I think that's all fake. They stock just skyrocketed ever since they was kind of leading that whole app industry. So Chipotle, they kind of doing they on that edge. They doing well with the Chipotlanes. Where you just go in and grab your stuff in the Chipotlane. That's a neat little advertising thing. So what do I talked about? Chipotle. Yeah, I didn't do as great here, but I did excellent on Facebook, and I did great on 3M. I was planning on selling the spread. Is it still here? Is it on here? You can see right here. I had the right. You can see I still got 8 calls for the 232. Yeah, I had the 227, the 232, and I had 8 of them. And so I was planning on selling at a half. I basically bought the short strike back at 4 cents. So I kept the 8 calls, and you never know. Somebody might want to buy 3M, and then I'll be like, oh my God. Let's say they get a bid right now for 220. I'm up. That's it? Oh, well, if they get a bid for 220, I'm up $1,000, $1,100. Let's say they get a bid for 240, 8,000. That's wishful thinking. You always hope, like when you got a lot of calls, for the most part, they catch a bid from another company or something like that. But most likely they're going to expire worthless. But why pay the commissions on something? If it goes up, it's just going to make me money. It's already going to expire worthless. And if I try to sell it, nobody's going to buy it. It's worthless right now for the most part. So you just hold on to them. You sell your short strike, because that's what's going to get you in trouble. That's the one you made all the money on, right? So sell that, keep the longs, and keep your fingers crossed. Might wake up and have like, oh my gosh, get lucky. You said, no, I only been doing SPX because it's only cash, settles, no exercise risk. True. And I got some, I'll look up, let me pull it up now. I didn't even finish reading your comment. I've been doing a rut because it's been a lag. That's SPX. Yeah, I got a position on right now. I got the, I got rid of it. It's gone. It says 0. I'm like, where's the position? I sold the 29.50 and bought the 29.55. I was short. And today, with the market opening down, I banked that profit. So anyway, but yeah, so I put little trades on in that. I've been doing the rut, and I've been thinking about doing another rut trade, which is the small caps. See, I got all kinds of positions on in this, and you can see where we at, 1530, 1531. It's kind of at the end of, I'm going to be in trouble if the market keeps going down and goes to the left here. I'm at risk. I'm risking $2,500 right there. And only to gain 385, the most. Okay, so that's way over here. But I need this thing to start going up big time. So if tomorrow it opens down big, I'm in trouble. I really got to start to pay close to this position. But these are actually 2 separate positions. Here's the first one. which expires, what is that, next in 2 weeks? And then here's the second one, which expires in 3 weeks. They're about the same. Yeah, so kind of easier to look at like that. And come on, go up, go up. Anyway, yeah, so I like that. I do the SPX and the RUT. Where we at? Because it sells cash now. But I have to miss some good opportunities because it so might do a small debit spread on the other tickers. Here's the thing that why I don't like to really get through the RUT, because things like Chipotle, Amazon, or Facebook's, but especially during earnings, but not all the time. But they got hot. The implied volatility is good on those stocks, and they're big stocks, so you get big meaty gains. And for the most part, they love those stocks, right? So nobody's gonna sell it off, in my opinion. Of course, anything can happen. You saw what happened to Facebook before. I do know all of that, but it's the volatility. You just get better money for your risk. But you are risking because you wake up and Facebook, perfect example. Oh man, they gave away 10 million people's passwords, and then the thing's down 50%, and you just got killed. So I don't know. I make more money with them. The volatility is just better. Yeah, the SPX, the RUT, the NASDAQ, the NDX they're very safe. They stay safe, and you don't have the single stock risk. So yeah, I like that. But I just been riskier. I'm like, maybe because it's boring. I don't know. And I haven't been. Yeah, that's the SPC. I want to short that. Look at that. It's right into it. You saw what happened to the market today. I don't think we blow through this. Maybe Amazon might be the peak, or Apple. And then I think I want to get in front of it. I just don't think it's going to blow through that resistance like that. And then I already, these are the same videos. I mean, look at the RUT. That looks like it wants to break through or break down. Okay, but I think it's going to break through, almost reverse head and shoulders, almost cup and handle-ish. And it's hanging out on resistance more than support. 2 times on the support, 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the resistance. So I think that's going to bust through. That's why I got those positions on. And I'm playing that breakthrough. I'm hoping to wake up, and it's like, all right, it's up 20, and then those positions will cash out. Whatever, my orders would fill or something like that. But I do know it can come down and wanting to test that lower end, and yeah, I would have to get out. So it's kind of risky. But yeah, single stock risk. That's just the way to go. You got to do what works for you. But I tell you what, these stocks do trade. Find a couple. And this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm doing and still try to do all the time. And really watch it, trade it, put little trades on, learn how it trades, because they do the same. They almost become predictable. You're almost like, oh man, every time it reaches here, it sells. Every time it gets there, every Monday it does this. Every time it opens up, it goes down to 10 o'clock and then it flies up. And then you kind of get better at that stock and knowing what it does. With the market, the SPX, I just kind of be like, regular support and resistance. And I don't know, sometimes I call it wrong, even though it seems so easy and basic. But when you fall in love with a stock like Microsoft, Microsoft used to be my stock. But you see what's going on here? And today it's up. I'm ready to short the hell out of this thing. It can't hold. It can't maintain this. Look at this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I don't think I'm going to let this teeter out a little bit more, although this is a nice base. This is nice. Look at that. This is a year. That's a year of that. And it's finally breaking out, but I think I want to get in front of that stock as well. I mean, it just became I think a $1 trillion company today. So remember what happened when the other companies became trillion? Amazon, I think Apple first, then Amazon. I'm not sure if Microsoft hit. No, they didn't hit that mark. As soon as they did that, boom, that's when we had to sell off. That was like October. It was crazy. And everything went down like 40% or whatever. Amazon went from 220 to 1300. Talk about a killer buy. But we all running because we're scared. But that was a killer buy. So is the same thing going to happen now? We starting to hit these trillion, Amazon might report tonight, boom, it's up. And now we got more $1 trillion companies. Can they hold, or is that the sign of the peak when these companies are just becoming $1 trillion? Can you imagine say, yeah, I want to buy Microsoft. Yeah, here's $1 trillion. That's crazy. Crazy. A company just sell. Yeah. And then Amazon, I don't want to get political, but $1 trillion company making all that bank, and they don't pay taxes at a lot of places. They try, that's, come on, man, pay your taxes. Even, I know you got it like that, and you're going to give the people jobs, and you're going to be good for the city, but just say, you know what, we make a whole boatload of money. I'm going to pay these taxes anyway. You know what I mean? Become a better neighbor. Forget about the jobs. Pay taxes, man. So, and then they get us, They don't pay. I know they ship with the post office. And they're doing their own thing, but they get good rates at the post office. They getting the good rates at UPS. They don't pay nothing. When you become big, you pay nothing. I don't get it. The bigger you are, the less you have to pay. I don't have to pay taxes. I don't got to pay shipping costs. It's like, okay. Anyway, like I said, don't want to get political, but I got political. Wow, Rut looks like a great iron condor opportunity. Thanks for this. Yeah, iron condors, I like them, but I don't. Because it's so slow. You start off losing money because of the curve, and then to be profitable the most right away, that it needs to be right in the middle of your trade. If it's off to the left or right, you're losing because the way the curve grows, right? It fills the corners. It fills the corners last. Let me look at this. But be careful, because if it breaks out, your iron condor is going to be messed up. I don't know what strikes you'll look at right here. But if it breaks out, you're going to be messed up. I guess to play it between that, the support and resistance would probably work. But I think I would play it somewhere the mid here, like 1555 to maybe somewhere to 1620 for 45 days or something like that. I think that's where I would go with it, because everything seems to be trending up, and I'm not sure if that's gonna go back down, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm always, one of my sides always gets tested a lot. It's always the call side too. So that's why I just like selling puts. It gets you, the volatility is higher, so you get to get further out of the money. I seem to always be more successful in that. Like if we pull up the SPX, I was in front, I was short, and I was like, yeah, I'm shorting this stuff. Yeah, and I was just getting burnt out of my position, because this is 1 in a million. But this is 1 in a million. But the stock it's crashing up. Stocks don't crash up. Every day it was just, and I'm like, okay, right here, look at this resistance right here. I was like, yeah, I'm in it. I'm shorting it. It ain't going above and it just did. It just blows. And even now, is it going to blow right through it? But you see it's starting to curve. Today was weak. 3M was bad, but I think not only was it 3M, it's just because it's time. Will the 4 hours show me? Yeah, I think so. Well, that's too wide. It's just time. It's right there. Notice how it hit that resistance and it's pulling back a little bit. M3M just came out at the wrong time. So I don't necessarily think that that's the whole thing why the market's down today. But yeah, let me know what strikes you put on when you put that trade on. Maybe I'll do the same thing. But yeah, this is, if we break out, this is just, I'm just looking at this. It's up, down, up, jiggly. If we break out, it almost does look like, some people are talking about a melt up. It looks like it can melt up. If it breaks out of this all-time high, what's stopping it? That means everybody that bought stocks is making money. Nobody's losing. That's what that means. So why do you want to sell? it'll just be people jumping in that missed their opportunity, that missed the train. They missed this. All on Professional Money Management. Let me tell you something. They missed this. Let me pull up the SPY so I can get volume. They starting to get in now because they know towards the end of the year they don't beat the S&P and 500. They lose their jobs. So I mean, they really have a lot of pressure, So they missed a lot of this, and they want to get in. Look, see how the volume is just low, right there, right? And it's even tailing off now. So, I don't know. I think if we get new highs, people that missed the train, they got to get in. They got to get in. It'll be in the newspapers. Oh, stock market is high. And then all us little guys, retail traders, right? They're going to want to get in. And then it just melts up. And let's say the China deal happens and, such and such and blah, blah, blah. It's weird. I'm not really good with the economics of the stock market. I'm learning, but I'm trying to get good with the emotions and what's happening on downturns, because stocks is emotions. It really is. It's not about this company's great, this PE. It's about who wants to buy the stock, who's selling. It's fear and greed. It's the bottom line, and that's why patterns work. That's why cup and handles always break out, reverse head and shoulders. It's the emotions. Those are charts of the emotions, and when you see those emotions, we're people. We can't stop that. We can't change it. So that's what stock patterns is all about, and looking at volume, and they just play out exactly the same all the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the times, if you're really good with what a pattern should look like, standard deviations, Bollinger Bands, you'll say, oh, I know what it's going to do almost. And it's only because it did it before. This is what it's supposed to do. But this V right here, see, it's not supposed to do that. That's why it's so strong. And when things are that's what I'm learning. Things that are not supposed to happen, that happen. Am I saying that right? Things that are supposed to happen don't happen. Oh, it's hard. That's why generally patterns that say a cup and handle, especially a head and shoulders, if it doesn't happen, if it doesn't break the shoulders and go down, it goes up hard, because everybody, I guess, is in it for the short or whatever, and then it gets reversed, and they all got to reverse those positions. So every time, because everybody sees the pattern, everybody sees this stuff, so it's not just me and you, and then so a reversal of a good solid pattern is huge. It's a good trade. And a lot of people don't talk about that. You said that's true, what you said, because the guy was talking about how he does weekly bull puts on Amazon, and it's so far out of the money, and it has a great payout and looks really safe. Yeah, you will make more. How can I say this? It's safe until it's not safe. Is that good? Is that a good way of putting it? Because you just never know what's going to happen with, let's say they woke up, oh, Jeff Bezos got killed in a car wreck. Do you know what's going to happen to Amazon stock if that news comes out? Because they feel nobody, I'm sure the stock market feels nobody's going to run that company like he did. So if that news comes out and you short some puts, you're going to get killed. So that's where the SPY helps, because the SPY is not even going to budge. It'll go down a little, and that might bring the market down a little. And that'll be a buying opportunity for some. But, same thing with, Steve Jobs or whatever. At least Steve Jobs had a slow death, and we knew he was dying. So, but if something like that happens, boom, you're going to get killed. But what's the odds of that happening? Slim. I'm going to say slim to none. I'll throw that out there. And the odds of you making, collecting those crumbs on the put side and keep collecting is good. You heard of, if you follow YouTube, you found me. You heard of wasn't it Karen, the super trader, how she made the money? She was a fraud, when she started losing money, but how she was making the money, and she did it straight up selling them 10 deltas, them 10 deltas on the SPY, just straight up, just free money. I mean, how often does it go down that low? That's really some crumbs. And when you're trying to collect big profits off the SPX 10 delta, you got a lot on the table if the market would crash. So that's what kind of happened to her. Like this right here, if you're selling 10 deltas, you're not going to make it. This will take you out if you short a whole bunch of 10 deltas, because the implied volatility, not only it just blows up when the stock market is going down and you're short that, so it's like double pain. The market's going down, volatility is going up, and you just get blasted out of your position. And then how she got in trouble, what she was selling options into the next month to get the cash to pay this month, all that stuff that rich people do, we don't even know about. And then not only can get you by so long as well, eventually it's going to catch up to you. But yeah, so that's how I like the big stocks, because it's like, Intuitive Surgical. That's another one. Intuitive ISRG. Intuitive Surgical. It just had one of those moments. So this is probably a good time to sell puts right there. Look at that. I'm glad I brought this up. Holy cow. Are you watching this? Right there. I bet you're pretty safe. Yeah, I think that's a good trade to get below that. But anyway, I'm gonna look into that right now. I think the options are thin. See, look at it. No, look at it. Let me see. That's some. Oh no, it's not too bad. Not too bad. I like selling shorter ones. I know I should sell longer terms, but let me look. And I like doing the 20s, the 18s. Sell a vertical. 57. No, that's not that good. But that is the 480. I'm selling the 485. No, I don't like that. I probably have to go out further. There's no volume there because this is the non-standard options. So yeah, the options ain't the greatest. This puts me sell a vertical here. Gets 80 cents. The 475. Where is it now? Maybe it's kind of below, and you get 80 cents. 80 divided by 420, 19%. If you do that do it 10 times, it's $800, right? If you cash out half at the 50 way, you buy it back at 40 cents. You'll make $400. You got to do it 10 times though. Anyway, yeah, so you have to watch out for these one-offs, these one-time events. When's the last time? We're going back with this. Let's go back. Let's look at the monthly, because I want to go way back. And Intuitive Surgical, besides this, we won't count this whole market turmoil in October. So right now, besides this, when's the last time you've seen such a move? And these are outliers. They happen maybe once a year, once every year and a half. I can't count this because the whole market was doing that. But here, actually the market was going down as well. When the market is tame, these stocks do well. And look at how it touched this is my moving average. This is the 50. I'm on a monthly though, so it's not the 50 days. This is the 50-month moving average. This was a great time to buy when it touched. And then look, right there, 2018 is touched, and then it gave you a retest right there. So if you look at the bounce, right, you got the lower low, and then that's a higher high because there's the new high, and then you got a higher low. This is the monthly, so we still got 5 days left. This is probably a good point just to buy. So I might buy a call spread. A straight up call spread in this. Yeah. I think that looks tradable. I just might do that. Only things, the healthcare stocks has been terrible. Is it IYH? Yeah. And that's what's taking it down. Look and see, this is the healthcare. It looks exactly the same. Actually, it looks weaker. Let me see. That's the ETF, and then ISRG. Yeah, it's the relative. Just looking at it, the relative strength is way better. So this is what you want to buy. Forget that IYH or the other stuff. It's just taking a hit because healthcare is taking a hit. Everything in healthcare. If you make a needle, you're taking a hit. You know, so that's what's happening with ISRG. And these are the guys that make the robot so you could operate from like China just by using joysticks or however it works, and nobody else. I think another company's though, but they're the leaders. They're the leaders. Anyway, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Thanks for watching. My trades were the bomb. They worked. You know, I got blown out. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not doing that well. I got blown out. Yeah, by Chipotle. But hey, it happens. You know, so Facebook worked, Chipotle didn't. And but it's making a little comeback. 677 now. You know, it wasn't the greatest day, but it was a good day. It was a good day. And so anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna do this every day, and I know I'm just, I had DDU Punt in here. Get in here, and let's just talk stocks. I like doing it. So, and I appreciate you and being in the comments and all that other stuff because wow, Nut looks like a great eye. Oh, you said Rut. I'm just looking back. Yeah. So good stream, bro. Thanks, DDAP. Appreciate it. Was you in the house? Was you in here? And you just now saying something? But I'll be on tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do it every day and actually kind of make it a show where I just talk stocks. But I want feedback. And now I know it's gonna take me a while to get discovered. I think I do it better than anybody else. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm not sitting here acting like I know everything. No, and this and look. Hey, I'm gonna do let me pull up a random chart. I'll pull up ISRG again, and I'm gonna do the typical. No, I got to do something more volatile. Let me a volatile stock. What goes up and down all damn time? I don't know. I'll do Amazon. We'll just kind of make it. So they'll get on here, right? Let me get my little drawing, and they'll say, yeah. So today was a great day in the market. The market opened, I bought there, and, I sold right there and came down and, I bought here and, I sold right here and, I bought it right here and I'm looking to get out, And they just go, and it's like, come on, man. Why don't you just do it live? Do it like I just did it. You see the videos. I showed you the trades. I showed you me making the trades before it even happened. I ain't going to go in hindsight and say, yeah, I bought right here and sold right here. It's like, come on. Can you at least say, well, I bought here and sold here? So it's, I can't stand that. So anyway, I think I have a nice personality. I don't act like I know it all. And, I'll go ahead and share losses. I'm just doing what I do. I'm not the best at this either, So I have good days, I have bad days, I have bad weeks, I have bad months, where I just be like, I ain't even trading no more, But like I said, me coming on here and talking it helps me figure it out. Just like me and Didu Pine. You're gonna have to tell me your name. How I found ISRG, and we was talking about the Rut Iron Condor. See, that kind of helps out. It helps you visualize stuff, and me talking through the trade because I'm trying to explain it to you. So instead of me doing it, I'm kind of putting a little bit more thought behind it. So that works for me, So and I think that's what's been going on. You can call me DD, double D. All right, double D, right? Or DD. DD, double D. All right. And yeah, so yeah, that works for me. So I like it. Anyway, so yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, like I was talking, I think I'm better. And it's like my personality. I get bored watching other people. Matter of fact, everybody just acts like they're just super duper professional and buy this and I'm going to give you the trade. Everybody's selling some shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying one day I ain't going to sell shit because if I wind up making $1 million, yeah, I'm going to be like, you know what? If you want to piggyback off my trades, anyway, things could change. But if I got the secret sauce, if I could sit here and just keep banging it out, making a G a day, I'm not going to be on YouTube making videos, okay? I'm going to be doing this, and then I'm going to the beach. That's what they say, I'm going to the beach. I ain't got time to make videos. I'm trading, I'm making my money, and I'm doing some other things that's fun. Now, this is fun, but there's other things that's fun too. So let's put it this way. I'm not going to say I'm not going to make videos. I'm not going to be trying to sell you stuff. That's why am I selling you stuff? I can make money with a couple of clicks. I ain't got time to package and produce and send this out, So if I ever do that, go ahead and reference this video and say, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? You just said you ain't going to do it. Anyway, so that's, I don't get it. So those people ain't making money. They making money off of you sending them money. They ain't making money trading. That's why they come back with some old charts and I bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here. I caught this. I sent it out to the members. Okay. All right. Anyway. All right. That's all right if you're lurking. For some reason, I show nobody in there. Like, anyway, thanks for watching. Check me out tomorrow. I don't know. I don't really know when I come on. I just come on it's usually sometime before noon. So hit the bell. Yeah, and share it, tweet it, help me out, get some views. This channel I was doing trucking and photography. All those people don't want to watch this. They trucking and they doing photography. But so I'm kind of working a new a new fan base. So people that like stocks, get in and let's talk about it. So. They're easy to make videos because you're talking about what you love. You're just talking about what you see. I ain't got to think and make a photo shoot and I ain't got to truck and do a load. I ain't got to do none of that stuff. So it's really easy. It's fun. I like it. It's emotional. It's an emotional ride. Winning, losing, winning, and it's something I like to do. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is Dre. And I'm out. I see y'all. Thanks for participating, Double D and D that. It's Double D too. Thanks for participating, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.